So this is the first module entitled What is Digital Signage? In this module, we'll cover a little bit of the terminology, working definition of what digital signage is. What do we mean by that term? How is that different from one system to the next? By way of a working definition, digital signage is a broad characterization of systems that display content on a variety of communication mediums. And I realize that's pretty wide, pretty vague. And so we'll back that up with some more aspects that help define exactly what we mean when we say digital signage. So technologies such as LCD, LED, projection, and even e-paper make up different types of communication mediums employed, but digital signage really is more than just the hardware or just the display. Expertise in this area requires an understanding of all the components, the different roles, functions, and technical capabilities of a system. And digital signage is comprised of three main or key components. We can say that content is a key component. That's kind of the inventory of video, images, graphics, text, effects, interactivity, all of those things assembled to tell a unique story for any number of unique intents. So the content in a digital signage system is one of those key components, and it is typically tailored, made up of a number of different aspects, but tailored for a specific reason or a unique intent. There is, of course, the hardware. So we have screens, mounts, even sensors, payment devices, printers, cameras, all can be physical components of a digital signage solution. And then we have the software. Software is the digital infrastructure that enables the creation of that content, the deployment and management of that content, and things like schedules or diagnostics, and then the analysis of that content that is deployed on the hardware. An important aspect of digital signage is to be able to recognize what is actually playing on a network of displays. How is it being used? How frequently? Are there errors? Are there things we need to know specifically about the success of the system? This is typically all wrapped up in what we call a CMS, a content management system. And Venus Control Suite is a content management system. Some people ask, isn't a Galaxy display digital signage? What about billboards or fuel pricers? And of course the answer is yes. Technically speaking, these are types of digital signage. But let's not misunderstand those to represent the industry at large. Different market segments describe digital signage from their own various perspectives based on the expected experience. So it's really the experience that defines the difference between the systems. Where the experience expected is more of like a retail or wayfinding, maybe a digital menu board, informational displays, even interactivity. It's commonly understood that we're talking about a system of LCD displays, players, mounts, software, etc. that we just talked about, that kind of are the components that make up a typical digital signage solution. Where the experience is expected is more of a lower res messaging or broadcasting type experience, something like outdoor advertising or even marquees, billboards, fuel pricers. Those are typically understood to be more LED type solutions. And while people will call them digital signage, the experience expected is different. And so the solution employed will be different, and those are typically something we would call LED digital signage, to sort of distinguish from what the wider industry sort of accepts as LCD-based solutions. We at Daktronics help sell both, and that's an advantage, but it requires us to also understand the differences between an LED versus an LCD-based system. So as a note, as LED systems or displays rather become higher res and lower priced, that display technology will move in and replace LCD-based experiences over time. And so, as you might be aware, price points are a little bit different. LED is approaching higher end LCD systems at the higher sizes. So things over 110 inches or so diagonal for an LCD, we might be looking at a narrow pixel pitch LED very soon, sort of in that same price range, and for the benefits that LED can offer, that may become a cost benefit or a price benefit types discussion that will happen more and more in the very near future. That kind of wraps up the first module, which is what is digital signage. If you have additional questions and thoughts, reach out to product management, or for questions regarding different training options or modules or things you'd like to see, reach out to training.